Hi guys, Sean here from DigiDirect. Today we're going to be taking a look at a live streaming setup consisting of two parts. The first being the Blue Yeti X USB microphone, which I'm using for my audio right now, and the second part being the Logitech StreamCam, which we'll see some video from shortly. We'll start with the Blue Yeti X, and I'm going to go through each of these pieces of tech individually, talk about their features and specs and so on, and then we're going to put them together and simulate a live stream using the video from the StreamCam and the audio from the Blue Yeti X, and then we're going to compare that to the built-in webcam and audio on this brand new MacBook Air. Now, without any further ado, let's kick it off by looking at the Blue Yeti X. So if the name Blue Yeti sounds familiar to you, Blue Microphones being the brand and Yeti being the model of mic, that's because the Yeti lineup has been an incredibly popular lineup of USB microphones used in gaming, streaming, all kinds of stuff, podcasting for a very long time. And the Yeti X here is an update to the formula. Now it has this is a 4-capsule condenser microphone. This is compared to 3 capsules on the original Yeti. It's also a slightly different shape from the original Yeti. Speaking of the form factor, this mic looks really cool. I really like the solid metal construction and the metal mount and the nice kind of shiny chrome finish on the top. It's kind of almost a retro kind of look. So if your mic is going to be on camera in any way, it's going to look pretty cool. Now, of course, this is a USB microphone, which means that it just plugs directly via USB into your computer. This is as opposed to a more traditional XLR microphone, which would need an audio interface to go between the computer and the microphone. You don't need that here. It's a plug-and-play solution. Note, this is a USB 3 plug, which is why on this MacBook Air, which only has USB-C ports, I'm using a hub to plug it into the computer. Now, there's only a few buttons on the mic, but they cover pretty much all the control needs that could arise. The main thing on here is the button on the front, which is a button and a dial. And the main feature of this is, of course, to control the level of the mic. I really like how it's got these LED lights around the outside of the dial showing you how hot, how loud, or quiet your voice is. It means that you don't really need to go into your audio recording software to adjust things if anything, it becomes a problem. This is handy if you're in the middle of a live stream, you can't stop recording. You just need to quickly, turn the level up or down. You can see if you're hot or too quiet and adjust that really quite easily on the fly. That's quite nice. Now, if you press that button in for about a second, it's going to switch over to the next feature, which is to control the headphone level. There is a headphone output on the bottom of the mic, so you could plug your headphones directly into that, and you can adjust the level there. And finally, press the button in for 1 second again, and you get to control the blending between computer audio and headphone audio. Also, all of these dials around the outside, the LED lights, you can customize the colors of them. So if you have a particular color aesthetic for your YouTube channel or your streaming channel, for example, you can adjust that to match your aesthetic. And that's done in the Logitech G Hub software. Finally, you can do a quick press of that button in the middle to quickly mute the mic. Turning to audio quality, as I mentioned, the Yeti X is a 4-capsule condenser microphone as compared to the Yeti, which is a 3-capsule microphone. This records 24-bit 48 kilohertz audio with a frequency response of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. In terms of how the audio sounds, the quality of it to your ear, well, you've been hearing that the whole video so far. I think it is a very, very good job. It's a nice, well-isolated vocal sound. Now, of course, like any microphone, you're going to get a better response if you can get your mouth close to the microphone. The further away, obviously, that I get from the microphone, the less it focuses on my vocals, the more you're going to hear the surrounding noise. And as I get closer again, it's going to, focus a lot more on my voice. So get close to the mic, get nice and comfy. That may include mounting the mic on a boom stand if you prefer, so you can move it around a little bit, get it closer to your mouth more comfortably. That's certainly an option. You can mount this mic that way if you prefer. Now, importantly, there are 4 pickup patterns on the Yeti X, and you can switch between them via the button at the back. I'm going to demonstrate these because it's important to know the different patterns and what they excel at so you can use them for their best based on what application you're using it for. You're going to hear a little bit of handling noise as I move the mic around here. Don't worry about that. Now, the first pattern, and the one that I've been using all the way throughout the video until this point, is the cardioid pickup pattern. This is essentially the best one that you're going to use if you're just yourself alone speaking to the microphone, because it's going to isolate what's coming in front of it and cut out to the sides and behind. So you can see as I spin the mic around here, I'm going to start to lose my voice as I come around behind. This is the null zone. And then I'm going to spin it back around and I'm going to come back and you're going to hear me again. The next pattern is bidirectional. This is if you have 2 noise sources that are directly opposite each other. So this is ideal if you're doing a one-on-one interview. Chuck the mic on a stand in between the 2 of you and you guys can just talk face to face, because this is a pickup pattern in the front and the back, but not the side. So as I spin it around here to the side, you're going to enter the null zone, and then when I hit around to the back, this is where the other person would be being picked up. And then off to the side again here, another null zone, and we're back to the front now. Omni is a pickup pattern that just picks up everything within 360 degrees. So you can see here as I spin the mic around, it's pretty consistent audio all the way throughout. This is if you're trying to get the room noise or the atmosphere in an area, or you've got multiple sound sources from various directions. Maybe you're on a speakerphone call with someone and you've got a whole bunch of people in the room. That's a good application to use the Omni pickup pattern. Finally, stereo uses both the left and right channels so you can get a more realistic pattern if you've got multiple sound sources around there. So you can see here the sound changes a little bit as I spin around the microphone in stereo mode. Finally, a really nice feature on the Yeti X, which is not on the standard Yeti, is the Blue Voice software. This is kind of a digital effects processing software, kind of like a miniature digital audio workstation where you can, adjust your compression, EQ, limiters. There's a whole bunch of presets you can choose from to have different vocal effects. If you're into live processing, this is something that's a very easy way to achieve that. So if you're not already running your audio through Logic, GarageBand, Pro Tools, any other digital audio workstation, this is a really simple way to achieve some really nice effects that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. All right, so now let's take a look at the StreamCam. And with that in mind, I'm going to move away from using the video from my Panasonic GH4 mirrorless camera, which is what I've used up until now, and let's switch to the video from the StreamCam itself. Note, I'm still using the Blue Yeti X microphone, so this is what a video shot with the video from the StreamCam and the audio from the Blue Yeti X is going to look and sound like. So the StreamCam is a nice mid-sized camera. It's not too big, not too small. It's got a nice look to it. I like the kind of the material it's got around the front here. It has a nice rubberized mounting mechanism here that's quite flexible. It allows you to mount it on, like I have here, on the top of a laptop screen. You can put that on a more standard computer monitor as well. But it also has an alternate mount that has a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom, which will allow you to put it on any standard tripod mount. So if I wanted to take the camera and put it from a different angle, not necessarily directly on top of my computer screen, that's doable. Now, there's also a nice chunky large USB-C cable coming out of the back. It's not removable. You can't disattach the cable, but it does come out and it's a nice solid one. Note, like I said, though, it is USB-C. So that's different than the USB 3 that we had on the Blue Yeti X. So in this case, on the MacBook Air, it plugs directly into the computer itself. Now, the video on the Logitech StreamCam is 1080p at up to 60 frames per second. It has a f2 lens, which is pretty fast considering, and it has a 78-degree field of view, which is about a standard field of view. You can see I'm about maybe 2 feet away, 3/4 of a meter away from the camera right now, and it's got kind of a nice framing. I could obviously go back further if I wanted to, but it's kind of like a mid-sized field of view here. So an important selling point for the StreamCam is that it is compatible with Logitech's Capture software. Now, unfortunately, at the time of this recording, Logitech Capture hasn't yet been updated to work with Macs running OS 11 with the new Apple Silicon chip like this MacBook Air is, so I can't demonstrate the software for you here yet. But the Capture software system basically provides different presets and allows you to adjust a ton of settings, such as frame rate priority, backlight correction, auto framing, which is a really cool feature, and more. You can adjust specific image settings like brightness, manual focus, you can add text overlays, and so on. Picture quality wise, as you can see, this looks quite good. I'm quite impressed with the image quality coming out of the camera. Let's do a comparison, though, as promised, against the built-in camera on the MacBook Air here. And now we switched over to the built-in webcam and the built-in audio from this MacBook Air. You see picture quality-wise, there's a lot more grain here in the background. Not horrible result. Obviously, this is a brand new MacBook, so it's going to have a good quality image out of it. But compared to the StreamCam, it is still a little bit lower. And of course, I can't move the camera positioning around. It's stuck on the monitor. Whereas with the StreamCam, I could take that off and do it from a different angle as well. Let's compare in low light though. So we're still on the built-in camera from the MacBook Air here, but I've drawn the blinds now. So we're a bit darker. We have a little bit less light. And you can see the camera has to work a lot harder for that. There's a lot more noise here. My face is quite not sharp. It's quite fuzzy. So any camera is going to struggle with this, but let's see how the StreamCam compares now in this situation. So now we're back on the StreamCam, still in that low light environment, and this looks a lot better. My face is sharper, there's a lot less noise. The color is also more accurate. The whites are more true white. The webcam was a lot more yellowy looking on the walls here. And, of course, this still looks different to the light-rich environment on the StreamCam. Any camera is going to struggle as you drop light out. It's going to do a better job in a light-rich environment. But the f2 aperture here on the StreamCam is going to do a better job at getting more light when there's not that much light to be had. So this is going to do a better job in lower light environments. This is not even that dark, but it's a lot more akin to maybe shooting a gaming video. You might be kind of in lighting about similar to this. So StreamCam does quite a good job compared to the built-in webcam. So I hope you found that useful. If you're a gamer, a streamer, really anyone who wants to record good quality audio and or video in front of your computer, these two items are a really easy way to accomplish that. And I think in both cases here, the strength of these is the fact that they're very easy to use. They're both plug-and-play solutions. They plug right into your computer via USB. You don't need a lot of extensive knowledge about audio or video to get really good results. They both also come with nice software that can let you tweak your processing a little bit to your liking, again, without having to dive really deep into anything. It's a very easy way to upgrade your setup to a very professional looking and sounding streaming setup. Now, of course, you can purchase either the Blue Yeti X or the Logitech StreamCam on our website at www.digidirect.com.au, or you can come visit us in store and chat with our friendly staff. We've got stores in the Melbourne CBD, Brisbane CBD, Sydney CBD, Bondi Junction, Miranda, and Cannington, Western Australia, which is just outside of the Perth CBD. Thanks, guys. Take care.